Okay, Alex, here's your scissor chair. Let's see. How's mine? All right, so you look at this guy. I guess we'll just do it like that. This is, get that 90-degree X in it, which you want to maintain. First, I mean, you could just draw, instead of drawing a vertical line, you could start with that angle, because you can see the top and the bottom of it go to the vanishing point. So there's that, and then the bottom, like where the frame, that X, I'm going to get that, does come back quite a ways. Right, so here where this diagonal crosses this one, at that point of that joint right there, you go to that vanishing point, and then that would give you the other end of that. Now I've got to kind of settle this thing down. This is a little too big here. I think my angle is not quite right, but this is kind of the idea. Yeah, you see the seat kind of comes in a little bit there. Side of the pencil. And change that angle just a little bit. That's better. That's more like it. I don't know if I quite have the angle right, but okay, so that's the one I'm looking at it from behind. And you can like soften up the curving. Yeah, this is, it's not a sharp corner, it's all curved off there. Clean this up a little bit. Here's the bigger one. Okay, so this could be done, you know, just sketching. Of course, this class is sketching. I think my angle isn't quite, my angle is too sharp. It's pretty close actually. Yeah, my angle's a little bit more too. It'll need to be sagging. Like, yeah, my angles are not quite identical, but whatever. As I've said in the class, what I draw here is not necessarily identical to the view that the photographer had when shooting that picture. So now if I want to draw another angle, like I want to turn this different way, let's see, I want to draw it way over, maybe like here. So this is going to be the base. I want to say the base, this is the front like this. Yeah, because that's the back. That goes to the vanishing point there. So it's close to horizon lines with a slight angle upward, not much. That there, and then the seat, I'm going to say, is about here. And comes up. Yeah, I guess. It's going to be really foreshortened here on the seat. Yeah, kind of like that. Again, I think my angle is a little too up. I'm going to just fix that rather than just talk about it. So you want to be, I want to be careful. See, like this, with this angle, this goes to the vanishing point, this goes to the vanishing point. This is a kind of a really flat angle downward. And you know, some views of this might just be really awkward visually. Like it might be really hard to make it look right. Like this one that I've chosen. Drawing's hard, man. There. There. So really, you see, I've got like two intersecting planes, and it's a right angle, which is kind of, you know, the way this is broken down. I'm looking at the picture again, and I can see I got this too steep. This needs to flatten out. There. Yeah, so this is going to be like, those are like the angle up, like this upward angle, that's like the height, and it's not going to the vanishing point. That's really like down to my judgment. Like, what does that look like? You know, can I imagine that foreshortened edge coming toward me? That's challenging. And then this, I can, yeah, there's this kind of like butterfly joint here. But you know, considering that this shape that top, I suspect the seat, the way this like kind of sags here, there's a curve out. I would suspect there's probably something, because you got to have some volume to the seat cushion. You can see that you can see it in the picture, like a little bit of a puff upward. So you've got to have that. There we go. So yeah, so challenging chair, good job. You found a nice challenging object to draw, but what's the fun in always drawing something easy, right? That's kind of, you know, I guess that's kind of acceptable right there. But really, like, you know, I think the key to the sketching is just like, I'm using the side of the pencil, and I'm just able to make this big broad mark. I'm standing when I'm drawing. If you're sitting, it can be a lot harder to do it this way and make big motions with your arm. So I suggest standing while you draw, because, you know, you have much better freedom of motion, you're more engaged. This is really, it's a physical activity. I learned that in drawing classes that I took in college, where if you're standing and drawing, I find it just a lot easier to get engaged in what I'm doing. And I do sit when I'm working often, depending on what I'm doing. But if I'm initially sketching this out, standing is really helpful. Okay, I hope that helps you. Yeah, this is God, this is challenging. Well, yeah, this is right. Out there. Yeah, so this is just a really like foreshortened plane right here for that. Okay, there you go. I hope that helps.